some reason those two were like marketing successes. They were like both equally hyped. And yeah, well, I watched it because Oppenheimer resonated a little more than Barbie with me personally, and accidentally I watched the ending of Barbie because I still worked at the cinema when it released, so I kind of snuck in and wanted to see what it was all about, and then I caught the ending, and it's sort of, you don't want to pay for that. You don't want to, alright, now I want to watch the entire movie that I didn't care for that much, that I know the ending of, and I'm going to pay for, I'm not going to pay for that, That's sort of one of the negatives of working in a cinema, that sometimes you spoil the movie, you spoil the movie for yourself. But anyway, that's not the main reason, it's really a resonance thing. I just thought, well, this looks interesting. And honestly, I most of all wanted to watch the new Mission Impossible. I wanted to see Tom Cruise jumping off a cliff, I really wanted to see that, and I missed it. But hey, okay, so I watched Oppenheimer. What did I think about it? Many things, many conflicting things. I had a hunch that I'm not gonna like it. I thought I'm not gonna like it because I thought the last movie, Tenet, I thought Tenet was a bit, I didn't like Tenet, but I like all the other Christopher Nolan movies, so, I thought I'm gonna dislike the stuff I disliked with Tenet and, whatever, which were basically like very, there's a perfect word for that, like not, like overbearingly important, like what's the word for that, like if you're faking being important, like if you're like acting as if you're really smart and really incredible, like this is real stuff here, and it's not that big of a deal in the end, it's like in Tenet, Christopher Nolan does this a couple of times, and most of the time it doesn't bother me, like in The Prestige. The Prestige was one of his earlier movies. It was about two magicians, or three, or a couple, I don't know, but it's a cool movie, and the thing is that at the end of that movie, without spoiling it, I'm not gonna spoil it, but he does a thing, the director, where he revealed something right at the end, right before the credits are rolling. He revealed something, and that revelation was already revealed multiple times, but it was like the way it was shown, the way it was enacted, the way it was, with the score and everything. It's sort of, it played as if it was like this big, oh my god, this is like the oh my god moment, the stinger right at the end, and you're going, oh my god, and because the moment works so well, you forget that you already know this, that's an interesting trick. I think that's cool, but it gets obnoxious if the plot is like really is like the thing, and the movie's acting as if like you gotta keep all, you still know who this guy is, all the names, all the connections, you gotta be on top of things, or else this movie's gonna, you just basically wasted your money, and the movie is threatening you with that. It's like, did you waste your money yet? Can you keep up, and it's acting very important, and you can't keep up, and I felt that with Tenet. In retrospective, not that much happened actually, you can sum up this movie pretty quickly, Tenet, I mean, but it's so convoluted. Convoluted isn't the right word, it's so many, there's no moment in this movie where the movie is honest with you. You know, it's always like, oh, I'm gonna tell you something about this, and the rest you're gonna figure out, and then I'm gonna, you know, and it's just too obvious. It's just too obvious in its mechanics to me. You know, it's a mechanical movie. I think that's the best way to describe it. I think Tenet is too mechanical for me. Now, I feared that would happen with Tenet as well. That like the people were like all the emotional stuff was like, you know, backdrop, and it was very, and I mean in a way it is. This is a very complex movie in that it is interwoven, very. I mean, like I said, mechanically it's like, but not really. It feels organic. That's the big difference in Oppenheimer. It's like the movie bounces between timelines in a scene multiple times. Like it's just the flow of the movie is like time jumping. It's actually like a time travel movie without really being a time travel movie. But it feels like you're not really. You know, you're never still. You're never still. That's actually, you know, that, and I think that was a conscious, you know, that fits the theme very well intellectually. It fits it very well. Now, I liked most scenes in that movie. I think it's a good movie. I thought some scenes were underwhelming. I thought the build up to, for example, the first nuclear test was like half the movie, and I think that the explosion itself, like the moment itself, even though it was a good scene with like cool moments of silence and build up and like, you know, it was tense. I think the explosion, the moment itself was underwhelming, and it was like, it wasn't until a friend came over and said, you know, like a couple of, I talked with some people about the movie, and many people didn't like it. They felt completely underwhelmed, which I didn't. I liked it. I went out of the movie at the end, and I thought like, yeah, this is good. I'm gonna think about this for some time more, and I did. I did think about it for, you know, the last week. I watched it a week ago. So yeah. This is sort of, yeah, this is what it does, the movie. But yeah, in that sense, it still is mechanical. It just feels, it feels way better executed than some of his other. It feels I don't know, natural. You know, it feels like it fits the movie. Hey, look, I got this. A kid made this. A kid in my group made this and gifted it. It was a gift, I think. Sometimes I take stuff home because I can, you know, I have to look. Hey, can you watch this? You know, I painted, so can you watch it? I'm gonna pick it up later, and then I forget about it. They forgot about so much. Kids forget about so much, and sometimes they change their mind. Sometimes I get a gift, and then moments later they come back and say, "Can I have that back? You know, I want it back." And because they're kids, you know, of course they can, because they misjudge how much work they put in, and then I don't know, they're learning about these things, you know, like, oh, I can give you a gift, and that's sort of like, I get an emotional thing back, and like, but they don't know how much is what, you know, how much is that worth, and I don't know, they're sort of figuring this stuff out. And funny enough, connection to Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer, if the movie is historically correct in that regard, did the same mistake. You know, he built this bomb. He built this like really, like, it was a big project, and then he felt like he didn't want to give it away. You know, felt like, well, I know I made this present for you, the government of the United States, to bomb other countries, but I feel a bit squeezy now that it's finished. There are very good lines in the movie that I think everyone needs to hear. I mean, I heard them a couple of times. They're new, like what I always say, like intelligence isn't wisdom. I don't always say that. Maybe I never said it like that, but I definitely mean it whenever I say something like it. So yeah, I think that's important for everyone to hear, and I think that's the biggest interest of the second half of the movie, which that's, so it wasn't a letdown because of that for me. I think even though the plot wasn't as interesting in the second half, there was nothing like that bomb test build up thing, but it still flows very quick. There are still very, great moments and a very cool ending, I think. Anyway, yeah, he did that. He did stupid stuff. Oppenheimer a bunch of times you see this very intelligent, incredibly intelligent man do very stupid things. I thought that was interesting as well. But just as my friend said, with this test, this was I got off tracks. I got off the tracks. I want to say, yeah, this test was like the one thing that wasn't historically accurate, or let's say historically honest, because they didn't show some of the stuff that, for example, what they did. In reality, the U.S. government was positioning their own U.S. military, like a couple of soldiers, in different spots away from the explosion to see what would happen. They experimented on them, basically, and some of them got sick. No one was that close that they would just be blasted away, but they just wanted to know the physical, the impacts that they couldn't measure, which was a lot, I mean, you can't measure. I mean, another good thing is a quote from the movie is like, theory only gets you that far, you can't be 100% sure through theory. It only gives you like 99% or something. It's still a possibility is always open that if we detonate this bomb, maybe, and that's really what I thought, maybe the atmosphere is gonna collapse, burn up, basically, like a chain reaction of atoms. I don't know, vapor. I don't know. I'm not Oppenheimer. I don't know much about these things, but I can wrap my head around the concept of it, and I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? I think that's what this movie gave me a lot, like these moments of like, this is so insane, and I think so overall it did a good job. But my friend did criticize that they didn't show the US soldiers that saw that close up, the bomb explosion. And by the way they, because some of those soldiers are still alive, and you can watch YouTube videos of them explaining how, of their experience, them telling you about this, what they saw, and it's riveting. It's way more stunning, just the narration from these people, than what I saw in Oppenheimer. And it didn't look right in Oppenheimer too. Yeah, I gotta say, I thought the explosion was very underwhelming. Not the scene, the scene was well done, but just that single moment on its own didn't stand up to the narration of the soldiers. And I think, let's say, even if this is completely accurate, like if this test is the same test they did back then, and which I don't think it is, I think it would have been better to lean into the fantasy, even if like the stories of these soldiers are exaggerated or whatever. I think like a moment that's really close and that's really shows you like that scale, because that's what these soldiers always said, like this was just so overwhelming, they never did. They thought this is the end of the world, like this is is a top secret thing. They just were told. Wait outside there in the desert. You have a little small bunker. You can hide behind these hills or whatever. And look out. Something's gonna happen. And yeah, so when they saw this explosion, it was just like, this big mushroom cloud. And they also, they were talking about all these colors they saw inside of it. And a really beautiful but horrific sight. They said, like, it was beautiful to look at and I got nothing of that sort in Oppenheimer. It was very distant. It was very and hey, that might be the artistic intent of that scene, to have it like far away. And I mean, that's, could make sense. Maybe some of the other stuff worked better for it. Who knows? Like when they discussed where they're gonna drop the bomb. I mean, again, that's the other crazy thing, that the government really, that they think like that. I think the best way to demonstrate this power is to actually drop it, and have like 10,000 casualties or something. And let's not drop it on a too beautiful of a city. Let's just a city, with normal people in it, and it's gonna do it, and it's gonna ensure like world peace, because now we have the bomb. And I mean, I don't know, the thought processes are so I can't find any way. They're so insane and so open about it. And then of course it was hundreds of thousands of casualties, and unforeseen, just crazy. But also the movie makes the point of this time. This time was so insane. Did you have a choice? Could Oppenheimer have not built the bomb or demonstrated it in another way? It's interesting. I liked it. Others didn't, because they thought it wasn't very critical of itself, basically, which I thought isn't. I think it was. Maybe not very openly, but I think it was definitely. I liked it. So in the end, I liked it. But after I left the movie theater, I still would have wanted to watch Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 more than Oppenheimer. I don't know. That's stupid, right? Because I mean, Mission Impossible, that's for sure the less important movie, but it's more fun, I wanted to have more fun. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, it's a mood thing. Probably. I just wanted to have fun. I'm seeing that in movies that I watch now. It's just fun, stupid stuff, or some of it. No, all of it. Right now, it's all of it. But yeah. I thought it was cool. Makes you think. Oppenheimer is cool. The movie. Alright. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Oppenheimer for now.